What is going on, everybody? Hope everyone's having a good weekend. First of all, I want to start off with Doug Peterson. Congratulations to him getting the Jaguars head coaching job. He deserves it. I got a soft spot for Dougie, so definitely I hope he turns that franchise around pretty quickly. So I'm pretty pumped for that. And obviously, just everything that's been going on with the Eagles, it's still quiet. We still got a Super Bowl to watch before this, the NFL season is pretty much over. And then we get to the big offseason news and what's going on. So I don't know what's going on with, the quarterback situation. We've heard a lot of rumbles about Malik Willis from Liberty, 2 really good practices from a couple of the quarterbacks from the Senior Bowl this weekend, Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis. And Howie Roseman has apparently rumored to be eyeing a quarterback, which I'm not really surprised at all. So we'll see when the time comes. But I'm excited to see what Howie's moves are going to be. He was interviewed on Sirius XM NFL and talked about just really nothing. I mean, they asked him these questions about, did you have, with these 3 first-round picks, is there a certain player that what it is? Sorry, I don't know. My computer's acting weird today. I don't know what's going on. Could be the power outside or something. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting. But I appreciate everybody being here today. We're going to do a quick stream, obviously, for an hour and a half, something like that. We haven't streamed in a week. We'll have the Philly Shakedown tomorrow night to talk about other things as well. So much love to everybody that's in here. We're going to be doing channel membership videos on draft highlights and other content I do put up. So definitely at the pinned comment above, description below, you can pick any channel membership and we'll have extra content for you, twice a week, probably 3 times a week, every single week. We've already put some videos up already. We just put one up the other day on just the channel and just the updates on what's going on. So Bev, what's going on, man? So seeing this is my notifications of grace in the world. Yo, what's going on, man? Banduck, what's going on? Million Pace, what up, my man? Shakes, how's it going? How's family? Good, bro. Everything's going well, man. Everything's going well. Busy, but doing well. Jay says, you're serious about defensive coordinator, different one. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I mean, we know that Jonathan Gann is a finalist for the Texans job, but since Blind Flores is probably not going to get a job now for what he's doing, I don't know. I mean, I don't see teams going after him now. They might not. I'm not sure. So I don't know. I think the Texans job would be the closest thing that he could get, but I mean, nothing's set in stone with the Texans yet at the head coaching job. So we'll see though. I have a question. Will they retire Tom Brady's jersey number since he retired a few days? I mean, the Patriots will retire number 12, probably. I mean, they should, definitely. Yo, Burgang, what's going on, man? How you doing, bro? If you guys haven't subscribed to Burgang31, subscribe to his channel. He is a Philadelphia Eagles content creator that works really hard with his stuff. Been seeing what he's been doing, and hopefully get together with him soon. A lot of people have been messaging me on getting on their channels, so hopefully we can get something worked out. Reaper Town, what's going on? Philly 215, what's going on? Jace Young, what's going on? Commissar says, yeah, I'm rooting for Doug. Me too, bro. I'm pumped. I'm pumped. Marcus Poke says, is this the shakedown? Trust me, if it's the shakedown, you'll see in the title it says the Philly Shakedown. That's usually how I put it in there, so you'll know that it is. Philly 215, let's get Ridley, him and Smitty together would be crazy. It will open up more holes for Goddard, too. Yeah, I mean, Calvin Ridley trade is probably one of the most intriguing things I would want if they want to trade for a receiver, because number one, I think it'll be cheap. He only played 5 games, 280 yards, 2 touchdowns, plus he had he had some issues, mental issues. I think something really bad happened to him last year. I don't know. Everyone's saying that he quit on the team last year, so I'm not really sure. But Bryce, what's going on? Denarte, what's going on? Commissar said Malik Willis, the boomer bust project. He has a lot of the same problems that Hurts has, but he's more accurate and has stronger arm, and he is faster. Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much how Commissar said it right there. Is good. He's not consistent, kind of inconsistent like Jalen Hurts is with the throwing, but obviously his arm is a lot better, accuracy is a lot better, and he's a lot faster. So, and it seemed like the Eagles have been eyeing this for a while. Oscar DeGrasse, the Eagles need to be looking for Terry Coolin, cornerback, UTSA. He plays the Philly way. We must be picked. I don't even know if they're going to go after corner in the first round. I mean, we don't even know if Steven Nelson's walking, if he's resigning with the Eagles. So if the Eagles re-sign Steven Nelson, I could see them maybe going after a quarterback later on in the draft, but at the same time, guys, like Slay's leaving after the 2020. I think he's only on contract throughout this year. That's it. After 22, Slay is gone. Steven Nelson walks. If he does walk or stays, you're down to like having no corners again. I mean, safety's completely empty with Rodney McLeod and Anthony Harris gone. Then cornerback is pretty much going to be empty in a year. So unless they do make a move this year, it'd be a different story. But I guess we'll just have to see. Marcus Polk says, loving your videos, Joey. Hey, man, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it very much. Michael Dujon says, do you think Howie would draft a QB in the second round? Say if Malik. Oh, yeah, 100%. I definitely agree because I don't think Malik Willis is going to be picked in the first round. Definitely not. I think he'll be a second-day pick. I mean, definitely a second-day pick. But it's like you're going to draft another second-round pick that's going to be either a backup or, I don't know, if they draft him Malik Willis, does that mean he's starting? I don't know. Because the season ends in before the season starts in 2021, and they didn't name a starting quarterback for weeks until like a week or a few days before the first game. And then by the end of the season, they name a starting quarterback for 22 for this year. And then right before that happened, Howie Roseman's looking at Sam Howell and Kenny Pickett. He's at the game. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, he's looking at quarterback. Why it's happening? Sorry, I don't know why that's happening. It could be the internet. It's been icy bad weather over here. So, Alexa Hernandez says the Texans hire Flores. It'll be a tactic to retain Watson. Oh, definitely because that was the plan originally when he was with Miami that he was gonna trade for. So Flores was going to trade for Deshaun Watson after this season. During this offseason, that the trade was going to happen. But since Flores is fired now, and then between the other crap going on with him, I don't know if he gets hired to the Texans. He might. I know he could still coach. Besides all the stuff that's going on with him, then he won't have to obviously make a trade. So obviously, he's on the team that Deshaun Watson's on, and Deshaun Watson will not leave most likely. So I agree. Oscar Gratz said, make sure to watch Woolen at the Senior Bowl, Joey. There's a lot of guys. After the Super Bowl, guys, I've already been covering some linebackers and some stuff. Like, after, like, the Super Bowl, like, we are getting into everything. We've already done some channel membership videos, some regular videos on some draft prospects. I've done Kyle Hamilton. I've done Christian Harris and Devin Lloyd, Nakobe Dean, some of the linebackers because I really want a linebacker this year. Even though it probably won't happen, but I'm just saying, hey, let me reminisce and have a good time thinking about the speculation. David wants to Drake London. I've heard his name going around a little bit. Premier 2009 said, hello, and how are you doing, Joey? Flagos 5, 2022. Dude, Flagos 5, man. I hope you're having a good weekend. I hope everybody here is having a fantastic weekend. Nate Banks, what's going on? Nate Banks says, sup, Joey? Pumped for the offseason. Dude, this is going to be one of the most important, I'm so excited for this offseason this year. I really am. It's 3 first-round picks. You're going to have 30 to over $40 million in cap space. There's a lot going on with this team. This is a very crucial year for the Eagles. Definitely a crucial year. David says, if you're going to keep Hurts, we have stacked the talent around him. Well, that's what I'm saying. I want Jalen Hurts to stay for another year. You trade one of your first-round picks back. You get some security pick for 2023, another first-rounder. So you got 2 first-rounders for 2023. And with the other picks, build your roster. Some of the cap space, build your roster. Just build your roster because you give away 2 first-round picks for a Russell Wilson, if that's even the case, even though I saw Russell Wilson's throwing at the Pro Bowl with the testing and stuff, and I thought he actually threw the ball really well. And I'm not saying that Russell Wilson can't play because he can. Okay, I know he can play the next few years, but as a financial investment for the Eagles, I just don't think it's the right time to do it for a quarterback like that. The defense is not even ready. Number one, need a coordinator. A lot of empty holes on defense, and need to get our shit together. So. Alex says, stop with Ridley. No need more mental. Well, we don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? Lane Johnson had mental. Brandon Brooks had mental a couple of times. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. Christopher Baker said, what are your top 3 needs to address in the draft and 2 in free agency? Free agency, I would love to get a receiver, They could get a defensive tackle. They could get a defensive end. I really want to get an edge rusher in free agency if that's the case. Maybe a veteran linebacker. I don't know. If they're not drafting linebacker, I really want to maybe get a combination piece for for TJ Edwards or Davion Taylor doesn't stay healthy enough, so I don't know. The draft, I mean, there's a bunch of different combinations. You can go corner, edge rusher. You can go linebacker, edge rusher. I mean, I'm really looking for an edge rusher in this draft. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see. But I mean, we need corner, we need safety, we need linebacker. I mean, we need defense. I could have a defensive tackle. I wouldn't really go defensive tackle in this draft. Maybe maybe later rounds you can, but I really want a prominent edge rusher really badly. I mean, that's what I really want. Jay says, "How do you do 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. and you look a video how you do it?" I'm up. I'm usually up early anyway. So, well, that's what guys are saying. People are saying he quit on the team, which I don't believe. I think it's Calvin Ridley just has some issues going on, and it's not his fault. So, Alaraska is the players I want to trade for the most is Watson and Wilson. Yeah, obviously. I mean, Watson's got some youth to him, but it's going to cost the Eagles regardless in a trade. I think Russell Wilson would be a bigger trade, but, obviously Deshaun Watson has more youth to him. He's 26, 27, whatever his age is. Wayne Mousey says, would you trade for Khalil Mack if he becomes available? I probably wouldn't, to be honest. I think there's other guys we can go after. It just depends on how much it's going to be. And obviously he's not a future piece. He's going to be a rental. So Jay Cox, what up, Joey? What do you think the NFL goes after receiver and defensive end in free agency? I mean, as of right now, right now when it comes to that position, like we need edge rushers. Derek Barnett's gone. Josh Sweat got a contract, but hasn't really produced as much as I wanted him to. And Brandon Graham is coming back, but nothing's promising about how he's going to be playing off of that Achilles injury. So that's going to be a whole nother thing in general. So Bryce says, how we got to do something stupid. I feel it might happen. We're gonna dislike probably one move from him, most likely, that we're not going to like too much. Saigon says, yo, Joey, after seeing Stalin work with the O-lineman, wouldn't be surprised if he convinced Howie to take Linderbaum, not that he'd need convincing for him. Yeah, no. If they pick Linderbaum with one of those first-round picks, I'm totally fine with it. I wouldn't even care. If they pick Linderbaum, even if Kelsey is still here and they pick Linderbaum, I'm totally fine with it. Because, Kelsey's going to be gone regardless, whether it's this year or going into next year. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't go crazy with it. But at the same time, like, it's not a bad idea. It's really not a bad idea at the end of the day. Hold on. Let me just put this stream up real quick so I can see what's going on here. But I agree. Linderbaum is a good prospect. Alex Hernandez says, no more mental issue players. We had enough wide receiver mental. Yeah, I understand. No, definitely. Really, it's a trade that probably work out for both sides just because it's not going to cost you any more than a second, maybe third round pick. Maybe you can get rid of some assets at the same time, get rid of some players at the same time, and, start working this thing the right way. So, Bryce says the Eagles have the third worst draft percentage over 10 years. Yeah, it's bad. When Joe Banner's here, he drafted 14 Pro Bowlers in 18 years. Yeah, and really with when Joe Banner was here, we never held a player over 30 years old. We always changed every position. Nate A26 says, I wanted to draft Ridley. If we can get him cheap via trade, I'd be happy. Yeah, no, I think it could happen. I really think it do. I think what's going to help is Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith. I think both of them could help that trade happen, to be honest with you. Yo, Elliot, what's going on, man? He says, Joey, my man, can you give a shout out to my girlfriend, Abby? Hey, Abby. Elliot's a good guy. Take care of him. But, Elliot, appreciate you coming in, man. Shout out to Abby. Much love to both of you. Eagles Rule says, thoughts on going after J.C. Jackson? J.C. Jackson's a great corner. Yeah, I would love it, but it's going to cost us. You know what I mean? I don't want to trade. Trading for a cornerback is going to be expensive. And even signing one free agency is going to be expensive. I don't know what free agents are available cornerback-wise this year. I haven't looked at that. I've been really looking at receiver and some and some edge rushers, some pass rushers, and that's pretty much it. I'm kind of done going into free agency on corners, or, if you trade for one, then, hey, cool. If you trade for a starter, and depending on how much it costs, then, J.C. Jackson's great. I wouldn't mind it at all. But we need a young guy in here. I want a homegrown talent coming into Philadelphia. From the draft. Slay is a free agent after this year. And then Steven Nelson could be walking. Then you're down to no corners after this year. I mean, depending if they make a move at it this year, I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see. Cyclone 58 says, do you think Howie would take Carson Strong in the second, third round? Heard a lot of good things about Carson Strong, a lot with his arm movement, pocket presence. Yeah, that could happen. It could happen. But at the same time, if you're going to draft, like say Carson Strong's a third round pick, if you're going to draft a quarterback in the third round like that, it's a wasted pick in my opinion, because he's not going to be a starter. I mean, to me, it's a wasted pick. I don't know. I mean, that's just what I think at this point. You know what I mean? But hold on. We got a super chat from Nate 826. Appreciate it, man. He says, keep up the great work. Dude, thank you very much. And yes, we're busy. We're busy every day. I'm busy every day. So we usually have 2 videos out every single day. So we're always busy every day, especially with the combine. We have some surprises for you with the combine and stuff like that. We might have a full combine live stream and some other things going on. So just stay in tune. We got a lot of stuff coming around. But appreciate the super chat, man. Alex says Christian Kirk is a stud. Reminds me of Julian Edelman. Oh yeah, I mean, I think Christian Kirk could play outside, could play inside. I mean, look, you could trade. I mean, you could sign Christian Kirk in free agency and put him right in the slot. Have Quez opposite side of Devontae Smith. I think that'd be perfect. So if they want, because really at the end of the day, guys, like I don't expect them to pay big for a receiver. They don't need to pay for a number 1 receiver because we have one. Okay, they need to pay like mid-tier money, like something that's like. Okay, and Christian Kirk, I loved him coming out of Texas A&M. I thought he was a great player. You can line him up anywhere, and he's very productive. Now, it really depends on our quarterback and how productive these receivers are going to be. And Shane Steichen's going to have a big year for himself at offensive coordinator because, putting these receivers in the right position to win games, you didn't really watch out for certain things, so. Jadarius Todd, what's going on, man? It says, what about Rasul Douglas? Now, I think Rasul Douglas just signed a new deal. I think he just signed a new deal. I'm not sure. Elliot Petoskey, what's going on? It says, Joey, your Abby's favorite YouTuber now next to Ethan Klein from H3 Podcast. Hey, appreciate it. Hey, I'm just here to bring out content. That's all that matters at the end of the day. But Elliot, appreciate you being a longtime subscriber, man. And Abby as well, as a new subscriber. Appreciate it. Jonas, what's going on, man? So what up, Joey? I want a linebacker in the first. I don't want a QB in the first round. I'm not going through this crap went 2 years ago getting Jalen Hurts in the second round. I don't want to draft one in the second round if he's not going to be a starter. I just don't, because this draft sucks with quarterbacks. It's horrible. You know what I mean? Like Jonas, I understand, bro. I understand, because it's like going through a replay. You're going to draft a quarterback in the second round. We're going to be pissed off. And then we're going to know this guy's not going to be a starter. And then it's going to be a project. It's a wasted second-round pick. Your second-round pick should be starting on the field. That's definite. Your first-round picks and your second-round picks should be starting on the field. Your third to fifth-round picks are role players, okay? And then your sixth or seventh-round picks are hit-or-miss players. I mean, really, that's pretty much what it comes down to at the end of the day. It's annoying. I get it. That's why I don't want to touch quarterbacks. Keep Jalen Hurts for another year. Whether he plays good, bad, horrible, I don't care what it is. And then you just keep building this roster. I'm telling you, it's going to pay off. It is going to pay off in the end. I'm not kidding. Bryce says, happy for Doug getting the Jaguars job. I am too, bro. I am too. Isaiah, what's going on? Says, do we really want to give up one of the 3 first-round picks? I mean, they really have no choice. I mean, they could trade back 2 of these first-round picks. You know what I mean? Like, it could happen. I think they'll trade one of the first-round picks. I mean, they have to. They're not paying 3 first-round. They're not paying 3 guys in the first round. That's a lot of money. It is. It's a lot of money. I don't think they're doing that. I think they're going to trade one back. I don't know if it's going to be 19, 16. I'm not sure what it's going to be. What is it? 15, 16, 19, whatever it is. I think at this point, they will trade back the 19th, probably get another first-round pick for 2023. This way, if you need a quarterback, like you want to get a Bryce Young or whatever you want to get in 23, you have the capital to do it. Okay, just to play it safe. You can't go into next year. If say you pick 3 players in the first round, Jalen Hurts plays horrible this year in 22. Okay, you go into next year in 23, and you don't have enough draft compensation to move up to get a quarterback, and that's where it's going to hurt the most. So. Mary Johnson says, Element Stingley would stay away from. Neither of them will tackle, and if they do, they're getting run over. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Stingley, I know he had the foot injury, so Elam, we'll see what happens. I mean, Sauce Gardner would be probably one of the guys that I'm a big fan of if he's available at cornerback. If that's the case, Booth from Clemson is another good one I've been looking at too. Commissar Carstrong has extremely strong arm. The strong arm I've seen in a long time. Yeah, he does. It's a really good strong arm. Alex Hernandez says we need to draft QB in the later rounds in case Minshew gets dealt. Yeah, I mean, we're going to find out if they trade Minshew for a draft pick, which I think he'll have some interest. If we get a trade for Minshew, then you know what? Then yeah, I think there are some things that could happen. Then they might have to upgrade that position. But like I said, they're not going to free agency to get a quarterback. I'm talking about as a backup if Minshew is gone. I think they can get something good for him. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Ross says, do you see Wilson be super accurate in the Pro Bowl? Apparently the best offensive line Wilson never had was ranked 16th best, which he threw 40 touchdowns. Imagine if he had a top 10 offensive line for once. Yeah, I think that's one of the pros coming to the Eagles is that this offensive line is set for him. Just imagine Russell Wilson with a clean pocket and how dangerous he could be. But like I said, this is a trade I don't want to happen just because I just don't think the Eagles have to give up the compensation for it. We're still building the roster. We're not a quarterback away right now, but I understand what you're saying. I did watch the Pro Bowl with him throwing around in the testing, and I thought he was fantastic. I'm not saying that he's washed up or anything like that. He's getting older, and he's got a few more years left, probably 3 to 4 years left, to play. So, we'll see what happens. But Jay Cott said if Sauce Gardner and Devin Lloyd fell to us, would be a pipe dream. Oh, hell, oh, definitely. Definitely. I mean, I love Christian Harris too. I like Christian Harris at linebacker. Devin Lloyd's great. Sauce Gardner, definitely. I mean, we got 3 picks, guys, and 2 of those picks we can get 2 players that start day 1. I mean, it's fantastic. It's awesome. Philly 215 says we need at least 2 more receivers so Hurts can develop. Bottom line, really would be perfect fit because he played with Hurts and Smitty in college. I think that's what's going to help this trade a lot. But much love. Hit the like button if you guys haven't either. We have memberships available. You can buy any tier in the chat. It's pinned in the chat description below. We're going to be doing highlight reactions. We've already done some. I've been putting a lot of channel membership videos up, me ranting about stupid crap that I can't put on here. So if you want, sorry, I almost choked on myself. If you want, guys, you could choose one of those. And we have extra content coming on the memberships as well. So much love to everybody. It's going to be a really busy offseason, guys. Every day we're going to have content every single day. So Michael Dujon says, would you trade one of the first round draft picks for Metcalf in a heartbeat? If literally it was a straight up first round pick for Metcalf, or maybe a first round pick and a mid round pick, I'd do it in a heartbeat. I mean, you can't pass up on a player like that if he's down for trade. Depending what the Seahawks are doing, I don't know what they're doing when it comes to the draft. If they're going to rebuild because they're kind of focused on what decision they're making when it comes to should they clean slate and start over, or should they kind of still build on what they have right now? So we'll see. We'll see. Murdoch says, what do you think of Darius Williams? He's only be like $12 million a year and is someone who can be a cornerback that could be here for what if he comes? I mean, definitely. I mean, if they want to do that, then they could do that. Like, I just don't want, to be how much it would be $12 million a year. I mean, you're going to have to pay. That's why corners just get a lot of money. But someone promising, I'd be fine with it. Marion John says the Packers give Rasul a 3-year extension. Yeah, I thought I saw that he got an extension. Good for him. Good for him. You know what I mean? And people are like, oh, we should have kept Rasul Douglas. And I'm like, dude, he went to like 3 other teams. You're acting like he just went to a team and like, boom, he just started to flourish. No, like Rasul Douglas, like what? He went to the Panthers, he went to the Raiders, and then he went to Green Bay. He went to 3 other teams before he actually started to play well. It's not one of those like, oh, we lost a good one. No, I mean, he just didn't do well when he was with us, as well as other players too. Commissar Rasul Douglas played like a top corner this year, and he had 2 pick sixes. Crazy stuff. I know, man. Good for him. The Astro says, really looking forward to picking a quarterback. The moment he has a bad throw, the fan base will already be ready to draft another one. But are you going to be surprised but these quarterbacks are not good coming out of this draft. So I'm not going to be surprised. If there's stupid Eagles fans out there that are going to complain about a bad throw, yeah, it's going to suck. It's going to suck because drafting drafting a Malik Wilson in the second round is still not good. Like, it's a waste of a second round pick. That's a starting caliber player you can have on the field at another position. That's the problem I have right now. Pro says, Wandale Robinson, check him out. Day 2 guy, perfect for the Eagles. I'll definitely, I'm going to check out a lot of stuff. Grand Zero 12. Hey, Joey Shake 72. Hope you're doing well. Good evening with you and your subscribers. Hitting the like button on the way in. Hey, appreciate it, man. Much love to everybody. You too, man. Elliot says, anytime, brother. Appreciate it, bro. Comment says 2023 is the year for QBs. Yes, 100%. This year is not the year, obviously. Breaking says, I feel like the Eagles could draft any position group they feel a need. Well, that's what I'm hoping. I hope they don't go analytical. This is where I'm going to get afraid of this draft because I'm hoping it's not I can't even talk. Analytical. I don't want the analytical pick. I want the best player available. Best player available. That's the pick I'm looking for as of right now. So Jay Koch says, Gann better get hired somewhere else. I know. I don't want him here. I really don't want him here. If he's here next year, we're done. Like, our defense is going to be crap next year. That's just me. That's just me. I don't know. Because what he wants this team to do with the soft coverage and everything like that, like, I'm sorry, but he's respected way too many quarterbacks that threw over 80% completion percentage. It's just ridiculous, you know? Michael says, you need to preach that to Howie. Yeah, trust me. I mean, it's common sense, but I guess not a lot of people don't have it. Unfortunately, Alex says Howie's hit more on day 2 and 3 players than first. Oh, 100%. Definitely. I think he's done well in the trenches when it comes down to players in the trenches. You know, he's made some hits. It's not like we haven't made any hits, but when you get that generational, not like generational talent, but you have to hit on those first rounders. Like, those are your start. Like, this is why, like, we couldn't do a damn thing after the Super Bowl. Really, I think we could have won a Super Bowl in 2018. But if that Saints game was a missed catch away from that happening, I think good things would have happened. But since you didn't hit on draft picks, 2018, 2009, 2017, you only had nobody from the 2017 class. Yeah, Barnett, I think, is the last one from that class. I mean, the drafts have been horrible. It's been bad. Mary John says, Howie can't mess this up even if he tried to. We can approach this from all different angles and get it available on the board. Like, don't go by testing. Don't go by his vertical jump or his 40-yard. Like, look, the combine is important, but you have to look at, like, who's already at the elite level in the first round and who's not. And you can't, don't be stupid with these picks. Don't be stupid. Ernest Wallace says, besides drafting unknown player, how can Howie mess this draft? He can easily. I'm telling you, he can, but I'm very excited for it though. It's terrifying, but it's exciting at the same time. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Matt Weeks, what's going on, man? He says, rather just roll with Hurts for this year and fill in the other holes at defense and other needs for the team, rather not trade waste picks on a QB and not draft QB either. Perfect. That's why Matt's one of my close buddies, because he knows. He thinks how I think. Okay, that's perfect. Build your roster. Don't get a QB in this. You get a QB. We'll be pissed. If he drafts a QB in the first round, we're going to be pissed off. If he drafts QB in the second round, we're going to be pissed off. If he drafts QB in the 5th, 6th round, whatever. But don't waste these other picks. It's a waste. I think at the end of the day, it's a waste. I say, look, at the end of the day, I would rather go after a Russell Wilson than go after one of these quarterbacks in the draft. As much as I don't want to do neither or, I'd rather do that at the end of the day. I mean, that's just me, though. You know what I mean? Marion Johnson says, if we get Fangio, we're going. Well, no. So Vic Fangio's gone. He is going to be working with the Vikings, I think, as an assistant defensive. I think he's going to be working as defensive assistant or something like that with the Vikings. So Vic Fangio is off the table as of right now. So that is a done deal. Jay Koch says, Joey, can they could trade a 15th pick if they know who the team is taking, so they know it's not their guy, then just pick him next pick. I mean, they could. Yeah, definitely. I really don't want to draft. I don't want to draft the quarterback in the first, second rounds. I really don't. Alex Hernandez says, I would keep 15, 16, trade 19 for a second this year and a first next year. Have a backup plan. Ice's Hurts don't work out, be in the Bryce Young sweepstakes. Perfect. How you said that, Alex? Perfect. And definitely, I think they have to trade the 19th pick. If they could trade their latest first round pick, that would be great. acquire a second rounder, and then they'll acquire multiple picks, maybe another second rounder, get a first rounder for next year in 23. You have some security in case Jalen Hurts doesn't work out to get a quarterback. And if Jalen Hurts does work out, then great. You have 2 first-round picks. That's just another pick you don't need to spend on a quarterback. So that's great. Matt Week says if it will hurt us in the long run trying to draft a trade for a QB this year. Yeah, it will. It will, because it's going to hurt your cap space. You have new contracts you just signed this past year. Avonte Maddox, Jordan Mailata, Josh Sweat, Dallas Goedert. You just gave away all these contracts, which are very good contracts. Now those have to come into account for this year. Don't put yourself in a money pit now. You have cap space to spend now. We finally have 11 draft picks plus plus you got, on top of everything else, you have you have those picks now. I mean, you're good. I mean, you have a lot of cap space. I mean, 30 to 40 million is not a lot, but you could spend a little. You could get some good free agents in here. You know what I mean? Bob Whitebread says, I want to see what Gannon could do with top-notch talent on defense this year. Yeah, I mean, I do. If he has better players on defense this year, if this roster is a lot better defensively, I like to see what he does, but I just think I don't know. I just don't think he's defensive coordinator material. Like he's plays cautious. He plays soft zone coverage. Like he's not aggressive. And that's just the one thing. I want aggressive defense. I want to get this aggressive defense back in Philadelphia. That's the main thing I want. George Tomlin, what's going on, man? He says, hey, Joey, what's going on? We need a DC that now how to use players and bring the old Jim Johnson defense. Just like I said, aggressive defense like Jim Johnson. Well, not like Jim Johnson, like I said, but I just said aggressive defense. Yeah, I mean, that's what I want. Like 4 defensive linemen pin their ears back and hit the hole and get, I want to like how it was in 2017 was the best year. Was the best year because we didn't have the best corners. We had Malcolm Jenkins as a nice bandage piece to move around the field, but our pass rush was just fantastic. And plus the depth behind it. So Eagles Rule says, can you milk horses? I don't know, but I mean, you could probably go on YouTube and check for that. I'm not sure though. Comment says, I'm concerned with Hurts because he is nowhere near he needs to be as a franchise QB, but instead of working on the 1,000 things he needs to fix, he is instead going to have to repass. If Hurts can't run, it's a problem. If he re-aggravates it, I mean, it could happen. You never know. I mean, knock on wood, but I mean, these things do happen. I don't think he's a franchise quarterback right now. I don't think he's even close to it yet. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does. I mean, he's going to be back by OTA. So he'll just be back by OTAs. So he's going to miss a little bit of time. Bob Whitebread says they need to get younger in the secondary. Definitely, 100%. That's why I don't want to go after free agent corners and waste money and overpay for corners. I want to draft a cornerback finally. This depends if Steven Nelson does walk into free agency. I don't know what's going to happen. Graduate 12 says 100 wonderful people watching, only 39 likes. Please hit the like button. Help the algorithm with Joey Shakes. Much appreciated. Hey, appreciate Granzier. Much love, man. 132. You guys haven't subscribed. Like the stream if you haven't. Go get yourself a membership for extra content at the pinned comment above. You won't regret it. Where you hiding says, I wouldn't mind that first overall Eagles pick to be a defensive end, then go linebacker. No, that's what I would. That's my dream right there. I'd be totally fine with that. I don't care if they got Thibodeaux or they got that other guy from Florida State, the guy from Oregon. I mean, I don't at this point like get a pass rusher. And if one of those linebackers is definitely going to fall for us. Whether it's Christian Harris, Devin Lloyd, and Kobe Dean, one of those guys will be there. Whether it's at 15 or whatever. So we'll see what happens. But hey, Where You Hiding? If you guys haven't subscribed to Where You Hiding, he is another Eagles content creator. Definitely check him out. Works hard on his channel every single day. So much love to him. Marion Johnson says Wilson's too old, man. Stay away. I don't care if he was Jesus. Yeah, no, I mean Wilson, he's getting old, but do I think he can still play? Yes, but because of like the amount of draft capital you're gonna have to get, like if you get Russell Wilson right now, you're trying to win a Super Bowl, like you're competing, like that's it. You'd give him a big contract, whatever. You have to give him a lot of money for. That's not gonna be a lot of years on his contract. It's gonna be a short amount of years, a lot of money. To me, it's not gonna make any sense. You know what I mean? Ernest Wallace says we could give a first this year and a first next year for us. That I wouldn't mind. I'm not giving. The rumor is they want 2 first-round picks. They want 2 first-round picks. Okay, 2 and 1 draft. Like, that's ridiculous. No way I'm giving that up. They're down to 1 first-round pick. That we have to prey on the 1 first-round pick that we have and how he's not going to screw it up. You know what I mean? That's where it's going to get crazy. Michael Dijon says, so you won't trade 15, 16 and Hurts for Wilson? Hell no. No way. No. Hell no. I mean, who would trade that? I mean, that just ruins our draft. That ruins our building. Like, then you're going to have to spend more money on free agents if that's the case. Comments are 2022 is Hurts last year to see what he has, because if Hurts looks the exact same as he did this year and we're moving on from him, yeah, definitely. I mean, look, at from what I'm looking at it right now, I'm giving Jalen Hurts till week like 11 or 12. And that's pushing it. Okay, if I'm starting to see the same repetitive crap mistakes that he's making, yeah, I'm gonna have a problem. Matt says you're lagging out a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I think we had snow, and then there's ice, and there's a bunch of stuff going on. It's on my internet. It's probably what's going on with Verizon right now. So, Rowan Kelly says, Joe, if you don't just say Christian Harris is your favorite prospect, I like Christian Harris. He can cover tight ends. He can cover slot receivers, running backs. I mean, he could do it all. I love Christian Harris a lot. I'm not saying like I would love I like Devin Lloyd more than Nakobe Dean. Okay, I like Devin Lloyd more than Nakobe Dean because I think Devin Lloyd is just more balanced to his coverage and his physicality with his blitzing and getting in the backfield, which I really do like. So, Marion Johnson says everyone worried about Hurts. This defense is bad. Go get the best players available. Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, look, offense is for trades, free agency, totally fine with it. And maybe one player on defense, and then in this draft, you got to go defense like crazy, which I don't believe Howie's going to pick 2 defensive guys in the first round. I just don't see it happening as much as we want it to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen. Rowan said, Jojo, I think I'm going to big on a Hurt jersey, but I don't know your thoughts. I really would like it. Big on a Hurt. I mean, if you want, if that's what you want to do, bro. I bought my own. I have my own jersey, okay, with my last name on it because I don't know who's going to be here a long time because this roster keeps changing and changing. We have nothing set in stone with some players. Some. But not Aaron Rodgers. If he stays that, we get a Russell Wilson or Watson was right there. That's the problem. We're not a QB away though. That's the big issue. Bob Whitebread says Howie will pass on the top 2 linebackers, then Dallas will pick 1. Michael says, would you keep Nelson for $10 million per year? Hell no. If that's the number right now, hell no. No. $10 million a year? Definitely not. I'd rather draft one if that's the case. Rowan Kelly said, won the auction, got a Hurts jersey for. Yeah, damn, dude, that's good, man. For $46, you can't beat that price, bro. Brandon said, Rasul Douglas never signed a new contract. Just looked it up. He says we're going to be a free agent, and it was from 20 minutes ago. I don't know. I read that there was a new deal, but that's what I read. Ready to change says Douglas drives in defense that fits him. He didn't fit here with Schwartz's scheme. He won't with Gannon's. No, definitely not. KOLLC, what's going on, man? He says we should legit trade for Russell Wilson. He was amazing in the accuracy challenge at Pro Bowl. Now, are you only saying that because of the Pro Bowl? Or are you saying that because you always thought that? That's the difference, because people watch things and are like, all right, let's trade for Russell Wilson. Like, Russell Wilson, to me, like, I'm not saying that he's washed or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, he could play still. Like, I'm not saying he can't play. All I'm saying is that we're in a financial situation where we can't give up that much, not only giving up 2 first-round picks, but at the same time, you're going to give away a big contract. It's going to deplete your cap, and it's going to deplete your draft capital. I mean, that's where I'm getting confused with it. Either R says Howie better get a top defense. I agree. I agree 100%. Ernest Wallace, I already see how next year turn out for us. How you've seen our schedule. It's soft, hard to evaluate against bad teams. That's why the Cowboys think they'd be good. Live with Jordan, what's going on? What's going on, man? He says, Joey, you seen Jalen call Devonta when the Bengals beat the Chiefs, saying that could be us. That's going to be us. Yeah, dude. It's yeah, he was on Sirius XM radio, and Jalen Hurts must have called Devonta Smith and just talked about the just how the Bengals got there within 2 years. You know what I mean? And we could do this, and we can get this done. We can get to a Super Bowl. So I'll have a video on. I'll have some stuff out on some of the things that have been going on, but definitely check out for tomorrow. But yeah, no, I mean, I like the attitude that both these guys have, especially Devonta Smith and Jalen Hurts. I've always liked this mentality of everything. Michael says, I'm still mad. Justin Jefferson missed. I wanted Jefferson. Trust me, bro. I cry about it every day. Philly 215 said, I want to stay with Hurts because why give up on a first for a quarterback when you have a quarterback that shows flashes and is steal on a rookie deal? Yeah, I mean, it's a steal. Yeah, we're it's good for us because we're barely paying a quarterback right now at all. But, he's showing flashes, sure, but is he consistent? That's the issue that we're having right now. Can you put the game on Jalen Hurts' back when there's injuries? Can you put it on his back when he has? That's why I really want the Eagles to get another receiver. I want them to literally load up this this offense as much as possible. This way, Jalen Hurts has no excuse at the end of the day. Joseph Dotson says, have you seen the highlights of Drake London, Garrett Wilson, and Chris Olave? The Chris Olave I've seen, but the Drake London I haven't. Alex Real says, Smutty is the first rounder. I said, finally. Eagles Champ says, Traylon Burks better not be picked or we can't run routes. You not DK Metcalf reminds me. We're not drafting a damn receiver this year. I don't know why people think we're drafting one. I'm so against drafting a receiver this year. Like, I'm tired of drafting receivers. I'm done with receivers. I think we have a number one in Devonta Smith. I think they can just go after. I think they can make a trade for Calvin Ridley. I really do. I think they can make a big move. Yang Gang 22 says Howie Roseman is the modern day Jesus. Brian Sarantis says if Minshew is dealt, can we see Mitch Trubisky or even possible Nick Foles come back? No, probably not. I mean, they could grab whoever they want as a backup quarterback. They could do whatever they want. They could get anybody they want that's going to be cheap to be a backup. Nick Foles, probably not. Brand Peck's thoughts on the Eagles resigning John Hightower. I mean, he's just for a future contract. He's just for a body at receiver. I mean, he's not. It's just for camp and stuff like that. So, I mean, I'm glad he's coming back. He's going to be healthy because he was healthy. He only made it to one game, I think, in the preseason because he was like injured the whole entire offseason. Hightower is another player that I think he could do a lot, but they just used him the wrong way. They used him on comeback routes and verticals. I think 2019, whatever year that was when he was getting all those catches. But it's just beginning of the year he was getting drops, and then he started to really they need to start using. I liked Hightower a lot. I actually liked Hightower more than Quez out of the draft. And then people were telling me, wait till Quez Watkins gets his chance, and you're gonna see that you're gonna see the difference. And I was like, holy crap, you're right. I was wrong about that. Constant, we're not bad to play for. First off, we're not that toxic towards our team. We're just toxic towards other teams. Chiefs fans are wanting Mahomes trade. Our fan base is not bad. Y'all being dramatic. Marion Johnson says, I don't Russell Wilson. It's desperation. Eagles champs to comment. Our fan base isn't toxic. Eagles fans. Lex says Howard Eskin mentioned that Lurie had his hands on most of our draft picks year after year. 2021 was straight Howie and scouts for the first time. Really, huh? Wow. I mean, if that's true, then damn, that we've been blaming the wrong person. But I don't know. I still don't like Howie, though. But it is what it is. Jason Rhodes says, I think everyone here would trade 2 first for Stafford like the Rams did. He's the same age as well. Yeah, but look, if the Rams don't win the Super Bowl, okay, if they don't win the Super Bowl, they literally used almost all their draft capital. Not almost all of it. They don't have a first-round pick till what? They don't have a first-round pick till 2024. It's easy just to give away picks and to get players in here, just to add bodies and veteran bodies and capable bodies to build a Super Bowl, super team for you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the Bengals didn't have to do that. That's a team that didn't have to do that within 2 years. They didn't have to do that. But I don't want to give, I mean? Like, I would like the one thing I would love Howie Roseman to do, okay? That is trade for a top tier marquee name. Because at the end of the day, besides Okay, think about this. When is the last time the Eagles traded a first-round pick for a player? Besides like Golden Tate for a third rounder that we barely used him, okay? When have we traded more than a fourth round pick for a player that worked out highly? Besides, well, JJ was a fourth round. Well, we traded a fourth round pick for him, but I'm saying more than a fourth rounder. Really, I think Jason Peters. I think Jason Peters the last time we actually traded a first round pick. I could be wrong. So that's I think it's Jason Peters. SB says, hey, instead of drafting wide receiver, we should sign Godwin's. Chris Godwin's coming off an MCL, ACL, so I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I like him. I like him a lot, but he's got speed, good route running. But I don't know. Yeah, it kind of makes me nervous signing a guy coming off an MCL, ACL. Philly 215. If Fangio is off the table, I wouldn't have a problem with going with Wink Martin. Yeah, Martindale wouldn't be bad. Martindale got released by the Ravens. I mean, he'd be another guy that you could bring in too. So, I mean, Martindale's good with defenses, really good. I think he does 4-3 defenses, which is a really aggressive defenses. And the Ravens have always had an aggressive defense for years. So, Marion Johnson says, I think how will Sirianni will give Sirianni what he wants. Sirianni showed us he can adapt until he got spanked in the playoffs. Yeah, I get it. There's a lot of other issues, though. Bob Weber said if the Rams lose this year, they're screwed because they trade all their draft picks. Yeah, they have no first-round picks till 2024. Yeah, it's crazy. It's nuts. Bonduck says the fact that we're going to be going to draft Wilson and he was taking 2 picks before and we had to settle for Foles. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Joseph Price says, okay, what team next year's top 3 are going to trade that pick to the Eagles for 2 to 3 first-round picks and give up a chance to get Bryce Young themselves? I don't know. I don't know what team is going to do it, but I mean, depending on the off seasons, how free agency goes for some teams and the needs of certain teams. So, Marion Johnson says Rams don't care about those picks because they believe their scouting department and they develop in their late talent. Yang Gang says need the right players to have an aggressive D. I agree. Reggie Cheney says hopefully we get trade back to the second along with a pick for next year, too deep of a draft to not get key players on day 2 and 3. Yeah, I agreed, bro. Agreed. Lexus Fangio would come here if the DC job would be higher than a defensive assistant spot. Well, yeah, but I don't. For what it's worth, I guess, for what he wants to do, maybe he doesn't want to be the main key guy. Maybe he just wants to have an assistant job. Not all of some guys, kind of, maybe the Eagles aren't interested in bringing him in because obviously Gannon's still here. They haven't fired him yet, so that's like the news. That's the news I'm kind of waiting for as to if he gets fired. Like it would be great to see that happen, but we'll. Brooks 11 says Gannon Flores and Josh McCown are all in front runners for the head coaching job in Houston. McCown's never been an NFL coach. I was just about to say that. And Flores is currently in dilemma. So there's a chance Gannon's gone. And there might. McCown is just a weird one. I know he coaches a high school team, but that's not the same though. You know what I mean? He coaches a high school team, great, but yeah, it's kind of crazy though. Kind of crazy. Joe Price or Russell Wilson will not give up his no trade clause to come to the Eagles. We'll see. We'll see, bro. Because you know what? There's a lot to offer for Russell Wilson. Okay, a lot to offer. There's an offensive line here, good offensive line, receivers, and plus bringing Russell here might attract other players to come here. Maybe Tyler Lockett's going to want out of Seattle, even though he's still on contract. I mean, who knows? I mean, you never know what can happen. You know what I mean? Farrell says, how do you think Travis Fulgham would have produced this year? Probably better than most. Probably better. And the problem is, like, Travis Fulgham has always been quiet in the offseason, especially when he was with us. Even before the big year that he had, he was not – he was quiet. He didn't do much in preseason. He didn't do anything in OTAs or training camp. I mean, he really didn't do much of anything. But he just exploded. I mean, pretty much he just went out there, played, and that was it. But – I'm done with Rager. I'm done. Like I'm done with Rager, JJ. Like we need to move on. Like it's over now. Like I'm just tired of it. Matt says not really. Jason got to look at the Eagles' bigger picture and look at our biggest needs right now. Exactly. Scheme Team said no veteran star QBs waiving their no trade clause to come to the Eagles. I mean, who knows, bro? Could. Chicago says, hey, Joey, how nice would it be the next few years be Wilson as QB? I mean, I'm not. The problem is the cost. The problem is his contract. The problem is what you're going to have to give up. And the problem is we're rebuilding at the same time. So getting a quarterback like him right now, it's just not. It's going to deplete our resources. That's the problem I'm having with this whole thing. It's just going to deplete us, you know? Bob Whitebright said first round picks are cheaper and younger than free agents. Well, yeah, technically, of course. Like first round picks, depending on the player, like first round picks are definitely cheaper. Yeah, I agree. So Gregory Hernandez says, I don't think Hurts would mind if we were to trade to Houston. He is from Houston. I mean, that could be something they could do. They could do that. Jason Rhodes says the money doesn't matter. That with Wilson, the cap doesn't mean what people think it means. Howie's genius coming from -70. Yeah, but dude, that's what I'm saying though. Who got us in that position though? That's what I'm saying though. Like, oh, we have cap space. We went from -70. Yeah, but who got us to -70? That's what I'm talking about, dude. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you could congratulate Howie for getting these picks and taking us under the cap, which means since we're under the cap, we don't owe any money and we have money to spend. It's because of him that we were in this situation. So he pretty much fixed his screw up that he did since the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like, I can't be like, good job, because he screwed this whole thing up with the cap space. That's why we're over the cap every single year, restructuring veteran contracts every single year. It just doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. You know what I mean? It's really annoying. I mean, it really is. But I'm happy about what we have, but dude, like this guy got us to this situation of being we were over the cap every single year. We don't draft well. You know what I mean? So like now he can't screw this up. Like he can't screw this up now. Like it's crunch time. It's time to turn this franchise around and start start drafting the right way. It's really aggravating. It really is aggravating. Rowan Kelly's just thoughts on the Commanders. The name is stupid, but I thought their uniforms were okay, other than like the big W on the black uniforms. But I mean, really, I thought their uniforms looked pretty good, actually, to be honest. I wasn't hating on them. I wasn't hating on them so much. I thought they looked good, but the name is stupid. The name is stupid. The take command, like stupid. It's really dumb. Lydia says, get players who will get us through the playoffs, win, then Super Bowl. Yeah, exactly. Farrell says, imagine if we trade Hurts and sorry, that is my internet. I have stuff going on outside. It's not my internet. It's just stuff going on with the power lines and stuff going on out there. So, yeah, but the problem with everything is that Hurts has had a clean pocket. Hurts is it coaching? Is it really coaching with Jalen Hurts, or is it really him just not being good enough? And I think it's more of Hurts not being good enough. I think he just has to be better. At the end of the day, it's with any player that you get rid of. Like you get rid of a player, he becomes good on another team. It just happens. You know what I mean? But it shouldn't happen a lot more than usual because that's the problem we seem to be having. You know what I mean? So. It is what it is. Kurtaga says, yes, trade Hurts, Rager, and two first rounds for Wilson. I mean, yeah, you could do that. I mean, you could. Sean says to trade more than one first-round pick for a player over 30 is dumb. That's why, bro. It's just stupid. It's not like he's 27, 28. If he was like 27, 28 years old, sure. Even like 29 is kind of pushing it, but I think like 28 years old, I'd be fine with it. I'd be totally fine with it. Big K says Joey hates Hurts. I do not hate Jalen Hurts, bro. I do not. Like when people say that, it pisses me off because I don't. I don't hate Jalen Hurts at all. I want him to be better. I want to keep him next year. Like, I'm not trying to get rid of him. Like, I want to keep him next year. Like, that's what I want. As much as I think he's not a franchise quarterback, it doesn't mean that I won't support him. You know what I mean? I don't hate Jalen Hurts. Michael John says we could go defensive end, offensive line, and get Harris in the second. I mean, you could. Yeah, sure. If Harris is available, definitely, I would do it in the second round. Plus, you go pass rusher and offensive line, get Tyler Linderbaum in here. I'm good with it. David Santiago says there's not enough mention of Wilson's age. Yeah, he's talented, but the window is closing. That's what I think. Like, I think he's got like 3 years left, 3-4 years, maybe. I mean, that's it. Because I want a quarterback here more than a decade, guys. Like, that's what I want. I want a quarterback that's here 10 plus years. Okay. And like, that's what I'm seeing guys like Josh Allen and Joe Burrow and some of these guys. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to be around a long time. You know, I don't want to rent a quarterback for a few years. And then the pressure is on us. And then we feel more pressured as fans because we really want things and these moves that Howie has to make to get into a Super Bowl. If you trade for Wilson, you're trying to compete for a Super Bowl right now. And you don't have the defense for it. Offensively, you probably have a better shot because pretty loaded on the offense if Kelsey stays. And, you know, there's some good moves to be made. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Commissar says, hey, I like Christian Harris, and I think he'll be great. Nakobe Dean is overrated. I watched him in college, and I was not impressed. I mean, I like Nakobe Dean, but I just think Devin Lloyd's better. That's all. I think when it comes to coverage and just being a more balanced type linebacker, I think he's more. And I think I love Christian Harris a lot. Like, I really like. I don't know why. Like him from Christian Harris from Alabama is like one of my dudes. So Joseph Dotson says, I think we should draft a wide receiver. Who do you recommend for us to get in the draft? I mean, really, the guy from the Olav guy, or probably the guy from Alabama, probably another Alabama guy, the Jameson Williams, I think his name is. I forgot his name. But COLC says Hurts can't read defenses. Probably that's the only issue. Yeah, even you saw the little clip from the Tampa Bay, the wild card game. Like, he can't read defenses. He can't read defenses. Like, that's bad. If teams know that he can't read defenses, that's bad. That's not good. It's really alarming. If teams are sensing that he can't read a defense, it is very alarming. It's not good because really Jalen Hurts running with the football is only going to get you so far. Like, it's great to see him do that, but if his passing isn't consistent or his anticipation on throws, missing Quez Watkins 3 times, could have had 3 touchdowns if thrown accurately in that damn wild card game. I'm telling you, like, Devontae Smith should have had more. Should have had, under 1,000 yards. It's pathetic. Devontae Smith on another roster right now, he'd have over 1,200 yards. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, you have talent here. Quez Watkins is just, like, I thought, like, Quez has got to open so much this year. Quez Watkins caught some, 647 yards for Quez Watkins. He caught some really tough catches that were not even thrown accurately this year. Came back and became aggressive towards the football. I love Quez for that. You know what I mean? Ernest Wallace says, if we gave 2 picks for Russ and was able to get another good wide receiver, then draft all defense, I think that we flip to competing for a Super Bowl as long as the picks pan out and offense will be legit. I'm telling you, like, you get a receiver. Okay? Here's the plan. Get a receiver, get a defensive end, go in the draft, draft there's so much they could do because I think they could sign about 3 guys. I think they could sign, like, if they really wanted to, they could sign like 2 top. They could sign some like a top contract. They could sign a mid-tier contract. It just depends. I mean, I would love it. I would love it. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Now I know what Garrett says, trade up to get Hamilton, hopefully keep the first rounders. Yeah, I mean, I don't know where Hamilton's going to land. He's either going to be top 10 or top 15. I mean, regardless. So Eagles might just miss on him. I mean, I don't know if the Eagles are going to stay at 15, 16. I don't know if they're going to stay there. They might move 1 pick up a little bit. If that's the case. Milo Duan says, would you keep Nelson for $8 million per year? Yeah, I dude, like, yeah, maybe. I mean, that's going to be double. What is that? Double what he made this past year? Because I think he only made like $4 million, and it wasn't much. I think he wanted like half of what he wanted. I think that's ultimately what I mean. They could. I mean, you're gonna have to pay somebody. I mean, at this point, I don't know. I mean, I'm not into paying corners too much. Not like I'm not saying Steven Nelson was bad or anything like that. there's teams that picked on him, but we had no pass rush, guys. Like, I can't put too much on Steven Nelson, even though, like, he didn't play great, but he didn't play horrible either. You know what I mean? Like, I thought he was pretty solid this year, but we had no pass rush. I mean, he got no pass rush at all. Sterling Alba says, hey, Joey, what's your favorite free agent wide receiver and why? Oh, my favorite one? I mean, definitely Devontae Adams. Oh, yeah. He's aggressive. He's got size. He's just an aggressive receiver, goes towards the football and in the open space. He's fantastic. I mean, my favorite one out of the bunch is him. He's my number one guy. But I mean, it's a long shot to even get him. We're not even on the list of teams that are even interested right now. There's a few teams that are interested, but I don't think it's going to happen, though. Big K says no one Burrow been able to read defense in their first 2 seasons. Well, yeah, I mean, Josh Allen had 2 really bad years too. Josh Allen had 2 bad seasons. And then he started to heat up on his 3rd season. It takes time. Yang Gang says, what kind of defense does Gannon run? I don't know. I could probably say it, but I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube. But he's it's a softy. It's one of the most passive defenses I've ever seen. The most cautious, passive defenses, because he has no idea what he's doing and doesn't know how to use players to their full ability. And I think that's part of it. I think that's a huge part of it, actually. Sorry, I had to connect my phone real quick. JJ Rhodes says, more cap nonsense. It doesn't mean anything. Ross says, elite offense and average defense is what it takes to win championships in the era of football. We have an average defense with a great offense and a unit that just needs a receiver and elite QB. Yeah, but yeah, I understand, but we still need some pieces on defense. We're too depleted. Like, I don't think our defense is average. If you think our defense was average this year, our defense was not average. Our defense was freaking horrible this year. Okay, it was below average. I don't even think they were up to par. The defense never showed flashes. I mean, nothing. I mean, really nothing besides playing really bad teams that literally gave us wins. Really, I mean, it's not average. It's below average. That's what I think. Yeah, guys, on a scale 1 to 10, what's your assessment of Eagles' talent on D? On 1 to 5, 1 being like not good talent, we're at like a 6, maybe a 5. I mean, a 5 or a 6 when it comes to it. JD White says, Joey, we need to keep our picks, deal with Jalen one more year, and go nuts on defense in the draft. That's what I'm trying to tell everybody, JD. That's what I'm trying to tell everybody. Like, it's the perfect thing to do. I'm telling you, it's going to pay off. It's going to pay off. The problem is Eagles fans want success right now, so they want to trade for a quarterback, and they just want things to happen, which that's why we're not going to be a dynasty or at least be a good team for years to come, because we're going to be a one-year wonder, look good one year, look horrible another year. This is why you can't make stupid moves like that. And that's just the truth to it all. Matt says, I mean, just because someone disagrees with what I say doesn't mean what I say is a bad thing. I'm just looking at the bigger picture and the bigger needs rather than looking the closed off. Brian Rants said, if Minshew gets traded, can we bring Mitch Trubisky or even bring? Yeah, you could. I mean, you could. Nick Foles is back up. I mean, you could. I mean, if you wanted. Commissar, I think in 2024 we'll be able to compete. I think by next year, I think by 2023 we'll be competing. To be honest, if everything goes really well this year, I think they can. But if Jalen Hurts doesn't work out, then yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The internet is not doing good today. I don't know why. We have a lot of stuff going on in the area. So, Fresh, appreciate you. George Thomas says, "Hey Joey, just give the Eagles at least two more years to be a Super Bowl contender, but they need Hurts to develop more. Just have a good defense to content and good offense. What do you like to? Oh no, I mean, I think like I just said before, I think if Hurts doesn't work out next year, I think they need like another year or two. I think by 24, 23, 24, if Hurts doesn't work out, it might be till 24. If Hurts works out next year, then yeah, I think they could be competitors in 23. So, I mean, who knows? But we'll see. We got 144 in the chat. Much love to everybody. You guys haven't subscribe to the channel. We cover the Eagles every single day. If you guys haven't liked the stream, please like the stream. Guys, we have extra content on the tiers. Memberships are available to the Shake Squad Army in the pinned comment above in the chat section and description below. Pick any tier. We're going to be doing highlight reaction videos. We already have a lot of channel membership videos up. So if you want to see extra content, and content I can't put on YouTube as well, it will be on there. So definitely check out that link. Check it out. you will not regret it. Trust me. So much love. Matt says, in the end, we all just want this team to succeed regardless of our different takes. That's why we're all here, guys. We're all here. And look, to be honest with you, like, I don't want to agree with everybody because you know what? Sometimes, sometimes if we don't agree on the same things, it doesn't matter. It's good. It's good conversation at the end of the day. So, you know what I mean? Comments to Judge Jefferson is looking like a Hall of Fame wide receiver. He's breaking Randy Moss records and Kirk Cousins as his QB. Jefferson is getting triple coverage now, and he had 1,500 yards receiving. Imagine if we had him. Yeah, well, who knows? Okay. Number one, do you think Justin Jefferson would have had 1,500 yards with us? No. Okay. Justin Jefferson probably would have not even got 1,000 yards. I mean, look, as much as you could say, oh, well, we could have DK Metcalf, could have had Justin Jefferson, but it doesn't mean that those players are going to work out the same way they're working with other teams. It's about coaching. It's about scheming. And they just scheme them better. Devontae Smith wouldn't be under 1,000 yards with another team. I mean, that's for damn sure. Okay. Sterling Alice says, what would you trade for Minshew? What would you trade Minshew for? I don't know. Like, I would love maybe a fourth round pick. I mean, something like, look, if you're trading for a quarterback in need that they need badly, I'd say a fourth to a third round pick would be pretty fair. Milo Dion says, would you take Carter Strong if he's in the third round? Sure. Third round, I'm fine with. I'm fine with a third round pick. Sure. I mean, if that's the case, then good. They want to do that, I'm fine with that. Second round, picking a quarterback in the second round, hell no. First round, hell no. Jay White said we could pick up wide receivers in free agency. Definitely. Comments I know people are mad that we missed on DK, but I'm more mad that we missed on Jefferson because no one ever drafted Rager over Jefferson. The Vikings laughed at us for that pick. Yeah, it's true. Eagles champs is DJ Chark, Mike Williams. Yeah, two other free agent receivers as well. There has been rumors more about DJ Chark, about the Eagles going after him, and I like him a lot. Speed, break of his routes, fantastic. His catching radius is good. Ernest Wallace QB battle between Hurts and Minshew. I really don't see why people against Minshew when he done nothing wrong and have winning stats. I just want him to have a chance. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's going to get it here. Probably not. With another team, definitely. Marion John says the Bengals are going to win a Super Bowl. Watch. I hope they do, bro. This is going to be the Super Bowl. I'm going to I really want Matt Stafford to win, but at the same time, like, the Bengals deserve it. I mean, that was a team I didn't expect in the Super Bowl. I expect them to win a playoff game, but I didn't expect them to actually get this far. I really didn't. Good for them. For Douglas Joey, if you don't get Wilson, then Minshew wins QB competition for sure. I don't know if there's going to be a QB competition, so I'm not sure about that. Co-LLC, Matthew will be a free agent. It could be definitely another guy they could bring in. Marcus Williams from the Saints. Jabril Peppers is going to be another one from the Giants. He's a free agent too. It's going to be a lot of free agent safeties. I think the Eagles should if they're not in the mix and getting Kyle Hamilton, I think they should go grab one of these free agent safeties and just pay them. Just get it over with and pay them. I really do. Joe Mag, what's going on, man? He says, Joey, are you all in on Howie? We all know probably not going anywhere, but are you pleased with what he's done? I mean, I'm pleased about what he's done this year, but I mean, at this point, like, you know, it's you can get us the picks and get us the cap space, but at the end of the day, he's got to make the decisions, and hopefully, it's a collaborative decision on what he's doing. So, I don't know that much. You know what I mean? But I wasn't happy with us being over 70 million over the cap, but it is what it is. You know, he got us to that point where we're under the cap every single year. You know, I mean, over the cap every single year, which we're owing money every year. Jason Rome says Golden Tate was a third. Yeah, he was a third, but we barely used him. I mean, we didn't use him. We used him as a third down receiver. Comment says Golden Tate was a waste. I hated that trade at the time. I liked it, but then I said, how much is he going to play? And then Mike Rose said he didn't know how to use him. So it's pretty bad. Bob says I also want Marcus Williams. Marcus Williams would be great. He's physical, man. He's physical. He's a voice on your defense. They definitely have to go out and pay a safety. I mean, they have to. I mean, there's plenty of them out there. They have to just do it. Rowan Kelly says, man, I really wish we would get one. Gotten Max Crosby. Dude's a dog. But man, I would love Sauce, cornerback 2, Slay, cornerback 1, Avonte in the slot. I wouldn't mind that. That'd be perfect for me. Let's see here. Commissar says, please, Texans, take Gannon out of Philadelphia. Cortaga says, get Wilson and let the division championships begin. Dude, I'm telling you, it's going to be the wrong move if they do it. Rowan says, man, Washington's really going Wilson reportedly. Shaking my head. My friend's a sad Washington fan. Yeah, so from Albert Breer from NFL, the Washington Commanders are going to be going after a quarterback this year. They're not drafting one. They're literally going to go after a veteran quarterback. So, yeah, I mean, could be. Let's see who they would overpay. I don't know if, I know that Kirk Cousins has one more year left on his deal. He's got one more year left on his deal. I forgot who else. I don't know, free agent wise, there's really nothing there. I mean, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, you're gonna pay Aaron. I don't know what they're doing. Jose Gonzalez says, give Hurts one more year with 3 first-round defensive picks and a free agent wide receiver. If he doesn't ball out, then we move on. Thank you very much. That's what I want to hear. Yes, 100%. That's what you do. That's what I like to hear. D-Train says there is a new mock draft out that has Hamilton dropping to us because teams take a lot of QBs and O-line. We'll see. I mean, if Hamilton's there, you're taking him. I mean, you're taking him. And I do that over linebacker because I don't think they're going to draft one at the end of the day. Commissar Wilson is the second QB right now to me. I don't understand how he played so well with crap offensive lines through his whole career and had no run game for the past few years. Yeah, and that's true, too. The run game hasn't been good either. He'll have one here, though. Joe Dodd says, what happens if Rager improves next year? If that happens, I guess we all need to do is give him some time. I'm waiting for that to happen, bro. Jalen Rager has been starting all year. He has been given, as much as he sucked every single game, he has literally been given every single chance and having so many reps every single game and not producing, not even showing anything that we draft him for. Really. Ron says, if my parents are mad at me for buying a Hurts jersey, so be it. It's a steal, but man, he better produce. Yeah, let's hope so. Master Peter, what's going on, man? He says, I really wish Travis Fulgham didn't miss the catch in the zone for a touchdown moment. Really hurt his chances of receiving. It's BS though, bro. Like, because JJ Arcega-Whiteside on the last preseason game where the Jets are playing backup fourth stringers, he catches 40 plus yards and a touchdown in the end zone, and he has only 3 receptions for this year. I mean, it's a joke, man. For him to make the team, that was set up perfectly for him to make the team. You know, how he's been trying to justify that pick. JJ is going to get pushed out the door sooner or later. Because if JJ is still in here next year, I don't even know what to think anymore. Dietrich said, dude, every team ends up over the cap and has to work. Well, no, not every team. Not every team does. But yeah, but how much, though? Okay? Like, that's a problem. That's a problem. There's nothing wrong with being over the cap. All I'm saying is, like, you're 70. Like, the Saints are $73 million over the cap right now. They were 93 to 95 million over the cap last year. You understand? Like, you shouldn't be over the cap that much. Like, in the 70s to $90 million range. That's a lot. I mean, we're acting like we spent so much cap on play. Like, we don't even have a good roster right now defensively. I mean, our roster as a whole is not good. Okay, we have some good players. Like, offensively, we're after get a new right guard, whatever you want to do. But at the same time, like, you shouldn't be that far over the cap every single year. Yeah, 40 million. I could take 30 to 40 million over the cap. That's fine. Like 70 to 90 million dollars. That's ridiculous. It's just crazy. Co LLC says Russell Wilson is a pro, a top QB. Get him a line like ours that protects for him, and he will shred teams. Yeah, he probably will. Comment starts to preach, Joey. Preach. Lord of Houston, what's going on, man? I hope you're having a good day today. Matt says Commanders sound like an XFL team, pretty much. D-Train said people are speaking for Russell Wilson if they know him on him not coming here. I don't know, like the trade clause and all that. Like there's nothing reported on that. Like, there's just rumors about that. Jim Bird says, imagine if Howie's drafted these 3 picks, Rager, Barnett, and Dillard. These picks are right there where Howie drafted those guys. Yeah, it's crazy. crazy. Jason wrote, so it's not sucking Howie's grapes, but they had no choice to trade Wentz and take a cap hit. Nobody knew that Ginger would just stop being good. No, I mean, if you have a player that doesn't want to be there and they don't want to be with your franchise, there's nothing you could do. You can't. You could try to change their mind, and if they're set on their whole, you're getting paid franchise money, and your entire mentality is not towards the team, and you want out, you got to get rid of them. That's why we took the $33 million cap hit. I mean, it is what it is. Brian Sharansky, what's the chance of Jason Kelsey going to Kansas City and going to play for the coach who drafted him, Andy Reid, and to play with his brother? I doubt it. I mean, if he retires, he retires. He's not going to go anywhere else. If he's going somewhere, he's staying with us. I mean, that's just the way it is. Andy Joseph, what's going on? Hey, Joe, what kind of dip do you chew? Skull cherry mostly, but mostly because up north everything sucks with dip up here. Yang Yang says Russell Wilson's under 5 and dog years. Jersey Dolphins going on, man. Or so Brady the only one that can play at old age. I mean, there's not a lot of quarterbacks that can play into as far into his age. There's not. That's the whole thing about him. It's just, and he's gotten better. He's gotten quicker. I mean, he's gotten a lot better. So. Let's see. Matt says Watkins and Smith should have had more yards. That's what I'm saying. Like, if Hurts is like, look, I'm all. If Hurts plays like crap next year and our receivers don't have any production, I'm gonna blame it on Jalen Hurts, but I'm definitely gonna blame it on this on this offensive coordinator and Shane Steichen. I can't stand. I'm already kind of like pissed off at Shane Steichen for. I mean, even Brian Baldinger, okay, that goes over tape of a lot of NFL teams. I mean, he doesn't know some of these routes that they're doing and how they're trying to scheme against defenses. I really don't. Like, some of these routes are stupid. Like 4 verticals. Like, I don't like they've had these guys going on 4 verticals, and I'm like, verticals don't necessarily mean you're going to beat man coverage. Like, verticals don't do nothing. This ain't Madden. Okay, it means absolutely nothing. It's all about the empty space that you have, finding players in the middle of the field in open space. That's what it's all about. Oliver Ross, because if we don't get Wilson, then get Watson. We never had an elite QB. Almost every franchise is hard elite QB except for us. The most touchdowns QB has ever thrown for us, 33, which is bad. Yeah, I mean, the Deshaun Watson stuff is going to be interesting just because I don't know. At this point, it's just he's 26, 27. He's younger, which is a good thing. He's got a lot more time. You could build around him very easily, but at the same time, we don't know what's going on with the allegations and everything. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on, and I don't think it's done yet. I don't think Watson's gonna be done with these allegations this year. I think he'll be sitting out another year. It might happen. Sean says if we don't get Hamilton, I'd shoot for Marcus Williams or free agent and draft Jalen Petraea would be a solid. We'll see. Yeah, no, Marcus Williams would be great. I mean, I don't care if even some of the free agent safeties that are out there, like Jabril Peppers and some of the guys, like, yeah, definitely. I mean, I wouldn't mind it. Let's see here. Sue Deagle said I should take Rager's spot on the team. Yeah, you should. Yeah, I think anybody would be better than him at this point. That dude says a bag of garbage for Minshew. Cryptago said, what if Minshew strengthens his arm faster than Hurts, learns to pass and read? Well, I know Minshew's better at reading defenses. That's definite. I mean, that's definite. He could be a better option, but at the same time, we've put resources into Jalen Hurts. Like, we're trying to see if he could be that guy. And I don't know if Minshew could be that guy. You know what I mean? That dude says, so are we forgetting his games? No, he played good. 2020, he played fantastic. And obviously a really, really bad offense. I mean, he had some good players, obviously, good tight end. DJ Shark was a big receiver for him. I mean, he made some amazing passes. I think, the problem is he comes in for one game, then like 6 weeks later, he comes in for the Dallas game. You know what I mean? Like, he's got to play. I think he'll get better if he plays consistently every game, but you can't test him because he played. You can't. You know what I mean? You can't really test him. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. It's just crazy. We have a membership chat here. Birdman 951 member for 6 months. Shake Squad Soldier. Appreciate it, man. Saying anxiety is killing me this off season. Howie, I can't put it up on StreamYard because it does not show it. It doesn't show any of the membership, the member things. It doesn't show on here. So, but appreciate it, bro. Yeah, I know. It's exciting, but it's terrifying at the same time. I get what you're saying, bro. Trust me. Antonio Holmes says if we let Washington get Wilson, when we barely beat them now, we are gonna complain. Why didn't we get him? It's with everybody, though. You know what I mean? It's with everybody. Every time we pass up on a player, goes to another team, we always complain. If we release or trade a player, he plays well, we complain. I mean, it's the same it's the same crap every single year. Brian says Washington went from veteran QB last year with Fitzpatrick. How did that pan out? Yeah, I mean, there's better QBs out there this year than Fitzpatrick. I mean, that's definite. Man, Alvaro says pick up 2 vet wide receivers, use picks on 2 linebackers and a cornerback. Master P. Dot says happy 4-year anniversary Super Bowl 52 champs, bro. Yeah, I was seeing all over Twitter today. Everybody was putting up clips of the Super Bowl today, which is great. Master Piazza said, a happy heavily birthday, number 99, Jerome Brown. Definitely. Rest in peace, bro. Let's see here. That dude says, man, I wish they play Minshew so we can be over this bum. Everybody will be calling for Senate. I mean, I don't know if Senate's going to be any better, but Eagles flies to trade Minshew, 19th pick and Rager for 3rd overall pick from Houston. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. Hold on. My chair. I need a new chair. My chair is not treating me well because I weigh like 1,000 pounds. Yeah, guys. So really, other than that, oh my God. I was only going to be on an hour today. We've been an hour and 22 minutes. So tomorrow, Philly Shakedown podcast tomorrow. We will have a show on this channel tomorrow. Philly Shakedown. Definitely come by, give us your thoughts on everything. We have more. The Philly Shakedown is doing a lot more this year. We got off season wise. We're by the time the season starts, we'll be hitting over our 100th episode, which is great. It's going pretty well. So we're happy everybody's been watching and everything. And shout out to Philly 500 for being a humble content creator, a good partner, and a good friend to work with. So if you guys haven't subscribe to the channel. And I don't really mention this at all because I don't care about it because it's all about just getting better every single day. But the channel just hit over 15,000 subscribers. So much love to everybody that's been subscribing, supporting. I really don't talk about subscribers too much because I really don't care about that. I barely even check it, but I noticed that I got an email that we passed that a few days ago and counting pretty good. So much love to everybody that's been subscribing, supporting the channel, liking the videos. Guys haven't subscribed, check out some of the vids, subscribe to the channel, like the stream before you leave. It does help out the channel a lot. And if you guys haven't got a membership to the Shake Squad Army, is pinned in the live chat and down the description. Join any tier. You'll get the extra content for membership only Shake Squad Army videos and things I can't put on here as well. So definitely check all that out too. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. And I will talk to you guys later. We'll be back tomorrow night. We'll have 2 videos out between 4 to 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. This freaking internet. This internet's pissing me off. All right. I'll see you guys later. Remember, Shake Squad up, follow. Peace out, guys.